Hi, everyone, and welcome to Eclipse 2024. We're going to be looking at it again with CTC's astronomer, Warren Hart. Hey, Warren.
Hey, good to
Well,
see you.
I'm Cindy Oser of Hobby Memorial Library, and we are excited to get another look at the impending eclipse. So, Warren, I'm going to go ahead and let you take it away.
All right, thank you. Well, I want to, those who are not aware of this, that in 733 days, we will experience our first total solar eclipse in over 500 years. Now, normally for a total solar eclipse, the average of any point here on Earth is about 375 years, and we are greatly behind as far as the average. So on April the 8th of the year 2024, 2 years from this coming Friday, we will experience that total solar eclipse. And we'll explain to you what that is and also give you a look at a website that has the path and show you what we are going to experience that day. So, Cindy, let's go ahead and let's bring up the initial uh, PowerPoint picture for us.
All right.
There we are. Now, you see there is a picture of the world, and you see that whatever the red, little light red, and a blue dark line and black area that's going from the southwest, from Mexico up across Texas, on up to over to Canada and out to the Atlantic Ocean, and the that's the path, the total path of the total solar eclipse on that Monday. And it starts there on the far end, on the left end, down in the Pacific, and it comes up. You notice in Mexico there is that large black dot, and what that is saying, that is the point where along the eclipse, if you were there at that location, you would get the maximum amount of total solar eclipse. So, but we're not there. We're up in Texas. So, Cindy, let's scroll or go to the next picture. And what I'm going to show you is we're going to be going further, closer as far as getting our own location. So the next picture, if you would, please, on the PowerPoint.
That's it.
Okay, good. Okay, next one. There should be a second one.
That one?
No, you should have a whole set of PowerPoint pictures.
I do. That was the next one.
Okay, well, go to your next one because I still see the same one on the screen of the overall.
Uh, Alyssa, are you able to see the me going to the next one? No, we can't. All right. Okay, let me try it
Okay,
different way.
there we go. Good. So here we are, and I've indicated with the red little cross there, Mayburn Science Theater, the campus, the theater's location. And there you see a blow up of the path of the eclipse. What is different on a solar eclipse is that the path of the eclipse is very narrow going across the face of the Earth, as opposed to a moon eclipse is very wide. It gets multi-states and parts of the country there. So for you to experience any part of this solar eclipse, you have to be somewhere along that path inside the where the dark area is. And now let's go to the next one, if you would, please, Cindy. We're going to go down. There we go.
Okay. That worked, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And so on there, you notice we're getting down closer as far as our location. And there you see Waco Temple, Killeen. And we are fortunately, all three of us are, and plus Round Rock is inside the path of the eclipse there. The center blue line is where the actual path of the sun as it's traversing from the southwest up through the northeast. And the where you could be along there on either side, clear out in that dark area to the very edge where that light orange or whatever color that is line on the edge, you're still going to get you're going to get the total eclipse. Once you go outside of that, look down at Austin, and you see the north part of and the northwest and the west side of Austin is entirely in the total solar eclipse area. However, if you're familiar with Austin, if you decide that you're going to drive from the west to the east over to the airport, you will then go outside the total solar eclipse. It will still have the shadow of the moon on there, but you will be experiencing some of the face of the sun, and so it would be a partial eclipse out there at San Marcos and eastern part of Austin. Now I have another eclipse. I have another PowerPoint that will get us in either closer. So Cindy, let's go to that next slide that you have there. And here we are. Here's our area, and there is Temple over to the right. And then there on your, in the center part, there is Harker Heights and Killeen. And to get, where are we? Let's go to the next slide, if you would please, Cindy. And there is our location there at the campus, Mayburn Science Theater's location. And we are totally inside the solar eclipse portion there. Now, I have another picture that's going to take us even closer. And there you see right in the middle, there just on the south side of the Interstate 14, there is the campus area. And there we are. Now let's go another line in, and they're excellent. Now we have gone in clear into the campus area, and there is the Mayburn Science Theater, and there's our red X where the planetarium would be. Now, what happens is on the website for this, it's an interactive website. And as you move your cursor with your mouse anywhere on that page, and you do a left click on it, and so we will simulate what you would do. And so Cindy, if you'll go to the next one, on the next slide, and there is what you get. You get that large box of the information. Now, let me take the time here now to explain what you are going to get when you see it there. At the very top, on the right, outside the box, I have put in telling you that at our location at the planetarium at the campus, we will get 4 minutes and 20 seconds of total eclipse time. Notice in the box that you got there, up there at the right-hand side, connecting to it, it says 4 minutes, 19.8 seconds, so 4 minutes and 20 seconds is the total solar eclipse. The other box to the left at the top is giving you your latitude, longitude, location. So where I clicked on the screen on that web page, that there is what it gave us, and that is the latitude and the longitude of the planetarium. And it's in both, as you see on the left, it's 31 degrees, 7 minutes, 08.28 seconds to the north. But if you look to the right, it's just written out as 31 point, and then it's 11897 degrees. So that's all that's doing for you. It's converting from degrees, minutes, seconds to degrees. And the same thing for the longitude at 97 degrees, 48 minutes, 18.7. That's converted to a minus 97. Now, you ask me, Warren, why is it minus 97? Are we at minus 97 degrees south? No, no, no. Because longitude goes from 360 degrees from what they have done to get it where it will work on our binary system. The eastern half of the longitude from uh, the observatory at Greenwich in London, England area to the east, clear out to the Pacific Ocean at the 180 degree line. That is for the computer, that's a plus value. However, from the same Greenwich Observatory and you come to the Western Hemisphere where we live, and so that will work with a computer, it is a minus number, and that's all that's indicating there. Now, there is a lot of more information there in between, and it tells you, let's see, the umbra depth and its width. As you see, it's 119 and a half miles wide. And then over on the right, magnitude at the maximum. But look at the next line, the moon/sun size ratio. And because we can get a total eclipse, what it's indicating there that the moon is 1.05607 times larger than the face of the sun. And so the only way you get a total solar eclipse is when the moon, the diameter of the moon, the size of the moon's shadow is larger than the sun. If it is smaller, then you get a partial eclipse or what would be called an annular, ANNULAR eclipse. Now, so another interesting thing, look at the next line down, the umbral velocity. How fast is that shadow traveling across the face of the earth? 1,640 miles an hour. So that's why as the earth is rotating on its axis and also orbiting the sun, that we in that 1,640 mile per hour speed combined, we get able to see experience the total solar eclipse for only 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Now, the points of which different things happen is in that next box there that I have circled with the red. start of the partial eclipse, the total eclipse, and all. And so that we can understand what that is, I have put it down there in the white and the different little letters. Notice the first one is, let's look at the white part of the information. It says it's a C1. Well, what does that mean? It means that stands for contact. So as you would look in the sky, the first touching of the shadow of the moon with the face of the sun is C1, contact one. And that is, as it says, that is the start of the partial eclipse. And I give you a time. It's at 12:18 and 42 seconds p.m. It's in the afternoon. And notice it says direction southeast. Look over to the right, and there I give you the sky, the blue sky, and the direction that you would look. You're going to be able to see it, but just for your information, you notice the right arrow, you would be over there at C1 in essence, and you'd be looking up in the sky in that direction from the southeast and to see where the moon shadow and also the sun would be. That's all that's doing to help you. Now, if you decide to do this on your own, which is fine, let's go back up to the box that I have circled, that bottom box there, and let's read start of partial eclipse C1, and there is the date, 2024, 0408. So that's April the 8th, 2024. Now the time is probably going to be confusing to some of you because the time that the astronomers use is in what is, you notice it says it's in UT. That stands for Universal Time, and that's a time at the Greenwich Observatory that's east of London proper there. And so it is 17 hours, 18 minutes, 41.7 seconds. So it's 5:18 in the afternoon over there in England when we are experiencing our total solar eclipse. They're not getting it yet. Uh, so what you have to do, and would know that since we are on daylight saving time, we are 5 hours behind, if you will, uh, Greenwich time. So you would subtract the number 5 from the 17. And then that gives you 12:18:41.7. And if you look down in the white, that's what I've given to you. It is for us 12:18 in the afternoon and 18 and 42 seconds there. That's all what I did for you, those 5 different lines to convert it. And depending on where you are, you have to know uh, what is your time in relation to Greenwich time. If you're in the eastern part of the United States, that's Eastern uh, day, uh, daylight saving time, and they are 4 hours different. And we're in Central. To the west of us is Mountain Time, and then the western part of the United States is Pacific Time, and then the next one would be Alaska Time, and the next one after that is Hawaiian Time. So you have to know where you are, what uh, time zone are you in, so that you can determine when you would be able to that the experience the eclipse where you are. Well, let's go back down now to the white line. We had the start of the partial eclipse, and we're watching through a telescope or binoculars or something that has the capability of blocking out the bright light of the sun. You cannot look at it directly with your naked eye. It will blind you. So you have to have filters for that. We have at the planetarium, we have a telescope that has internally in it the proper set of filters so that we can look focused directly on the sun and it is safe to look through. If you don't have filters for your telescope, do not point your telescope directly at the sun. It will ruin your telescope. And the same thing with your binoculars, and it will do the same. And both, do not look through the telescope or binoculars at the sun without filters. It will ruin your eyes, and most likely you will go totally blind, and that lasts a long time, the rest of your life, because you have totally damaged your eyes. Now, what's been the shadow is creeping across the face of the sun, and then we have C2. Notice now we have started the total eclipse, and that will be at 1:36 in the afternoon and will be as far as looking directly south of us. And so we start our 4-minute, 20-second time period. The maximum eclipse is the point and in there when the shadow of the moon, the center of the shadow of the moon is directly over us. And notice that's just 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Look up there at the top, total eclipse time, 4 minutes, 20 seconds. So the maximum eclipse is halfway through. Now, we are still with the total solar eclipse, and from the time of the total solar eclipse beginning at 1:36 in the afternoon, and there are no more part of the sun face that's visible. You could then take uh, uh, whatever you've been looking through, and you can look with your naked eye, and then you will see the rest of the sky. Now, what you will see is you're going to see a total, like a dark sky. You're going to see the constellations. You will see the planets that are up. Everything will be there that is there at that time, and you can see it because the sun is not visible. It's being eclipsed. Now, as the sun continues its path and also the moon continues its path, guess what? The shadow has moved along as far, keep going, and then now at the opposite side of where it started, we now have the sun beginning to come back. So at 1:38, 1:40, pardon me, at 1:40 is the end of the total eclipse, and that is contact point number 3. We're still and now in the partial eclipse, and that, as you see, lasts a lot longer. Notice from 1:40 to 2:59, that's an hour and 19 minutes, or 18 minutes if we subtract the seconds there. And up at the partial to the total at the beginning, that's also another hour and 18 minutes. So the whole thing takes, as we would figure, from 12:18, we'll say 12:19 to 2:59. That is almost 3 hours and, let's see, 18, 42 minutes. 43 minutes of the total eclipse period, include that has the partial and the just the 4 minutes 20 seconds for the total. Hopefully that will give you an idea of what to expect during the coming total solar eclipse. And like I said, it is 2 years from this coming Friday, and on the 8th of April, it will be on a Monday. Now, you need to stay healthy, and so that you will be ready to view it that day. And also, cross your fingers, rub your little bunny, whatever you carry to get thing. Pray that we have a clear sky, because there is no do-over. You can't say, well, wait a minute, there was a cloud right across it there. Back this up. This is not YouTube. Okay. All right. Any questions that anyone has as I was going through sharing with you what it's going to be like at the planetarium, at what time, and as we would go back, let's go back, Cindy, to a couple of previous slides. Keep going. Another one. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. Now, there you go. Ideal. Now, if you happen to be not at Colleen on the campus at that time, anywhere along that line inside there, you will experience a total solar eclipse. And let's say that you live out to the west, out where the um, uh, McDonald Observatory is, down there at the Big Bend area, and you can click on this interactive website, and it's going to give you information of where you are, and it's going to indicate that you get no eclipse time at all. So anywhere, let's say you're going to be in Waco, you can go to Waco and click on it. You can go up to the eastern part of Dallas, and there you can click on it. And so anywhere on that website, you can, well, I wonder what it's like in my hometown. And you click there, and you're not going to get eclipse, or you are going to get an eclipse. And we'll give you that information for that at any time on that website.
We
So,
have the website up if you want
okay,
to show it.
all right, let's do that. That's should be our first site there,
This.
screen. The first screen, no, back up. You're down on the number 5. Go back up to the one that showed the whole thing. Number number 2. This select second. Yeah, there you go. That is the entire eclipse from beginning in the Pacific Ocean area all the way to the Atlantic Ocean area. And by the way, remember I was telling you about London, and they are 5 hours different. Guess what? Look up there, see where the eclipse stops in the Atlantic Ocean. Well, London is not going to get any eclipse at all. And we have, let's go, Cindy, if you want to put the CTC, the page, the planetarium page on the screen, and you can show them what you have and the countdown calendar.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Also, you said you asked about questions.
Yes, do we
Um,
have any?
I don't know if we have any yet. Alyssa will tell us, but I didn't realize that when the eclipse happens, we should, she said no questions at the moment,
Okay.
that we will be able to see the actual sky as though like the
Yes.
stars and everything?
Yes. That
Didn't
as
realize that.
as if this as if it was midnight or the night when the sun is down, and also no moon, because we're seeing a new moon. We're seeing the backside of the new moon, which is the non-illuminated side. Yeah.
Oh,
So
oh.
this is
So
what's
here's
one
the
of
countdown.
yeah.
Hmm.
Another thing people may not be recognize is that as the partial eclipse begins, of course, it begins to get slightly a little darker and darker until finally, when we have the total eclipse, it will get cooler also. And so, even though this is going to be April, it'll be fairly nice as far as temperature, but you may want to have you a light jacket to have, because it will get cool during that time period there because of no sun on there.
And we'll put the this URL and then also the interactive map URL in the comments. And
Okay,
that way everybody can find it.
good. And if you'll show them then the library page, and we can
Oh,
show them then the countdown.
oh, the
Eh,
countdown is on the library events page or the,
Yes, yeah.
yes, right here. Here's the countdown on
Yep.
the Astronomy and Mayborn Science Theater page.
Okay,
And
if
so
you'll
we'll put that link as well. Hmm.
okay. Okay, if you'll bring that up so we can see it. I don't see it on here. I got the same old screen of the, there we go. Now you got to come back, and you can put
Yeah. Sorry about that.
the library on here. Here we come.
I was in a different mode.
Okay. And
Not
since
doing well for you here, Warren.
that's all right. I confuse a lot of people. And on Friday, April the 8th of 2022, we are 2 years and 1 day, because 24 is a leap year. So that is 731 days, but this is Wednesday. So look, it's 733 days to go. Now, if you have the opportunity, as far as children in school, there, talk with your school, and let them become aware of the coming eclipse, and that start making plans of what you will do that day, that afternoon, and what you've been doing in preparation to find out what you want to do during it. If there are any experiments or things you want to take pictures of, and let's say that you have some friends that are outside of the total eclipse uh, path. Let's say over somewhere else. Why not call that school up as friends and invite them to come and experience the total solar eclipse along with you? There at your location there at the school. All you'll have to do that day is go outside, and there in the schoolyard, if you're inside the path, you will experience the total solar eclipse. And for your parents and grandparents and whoever else can come, that even makes it, as our daughter used to say, that's more funner. Now notice Cindy put there's our countdown, and she's got it down to the second, to the hour, and to the also to the days. So it's a coming, and we need to make plans and preparation for it.
Hmm. Did you
Now,
want to talk about this page? Because we'll put the the link to this page as well
Okay.
into the chat. This is
Okay.
this is in this where you got your information from?
Yes. Yeah.
Hmm.
And I think I have another slide, unless that's the first one, that's just the uh, page itself without any of that stuff in the middle that's on there. You get to see the whole screen. So I think if you go back another, there. When you first turn it on, that's what you see. And then you can move your cursor wherever you want to on that page, just like Cindy's doing. See there? See what happened? And it gives you that in all the different information there. So you do that. Now, wherever you might be, you're going to give you information. Now, look where that one is there. Look on it and now leave it there, Cindy. Start of the partial eclipse, and you're going to get, notice, you're going to get a partial solar eclipse. You're going to get a little bit of it, and there inside that box, you see there what you're going to see in the sky. There is the shadow of the moon, and there is still part of the sun. Now, Cindy's gone way over there,
Yeah,
and good. And
there we go.
yeah,
How about
well, that's
Texas?
okay. You can get anywhere wherever you want, and it's going to tell you how much total eclipse you're going to get, partial eclipse, or none of the above, if you will. So just get on that website and play around, enjoy, and pick your hometown, pick this town, this area. Well, what's it like down here? What's it going to be up there? And if you have relatives on along the path, let them know and let them start getting ready for it. By the way, if you have either property that you live and then you have some acreage, some large additional property, and you're going to be inside the total zone, which is ideal, or your home, you're willing to rent out a bedroom or bedrooms, consider that because we are going to have people, and there are people uh, who have, over the years, wherever on Earth there is going to be a total solar eclipse, they will fly there and go to experience it, and then they will go back home. Now, what's normally happens is that let's take Friday, or pardon me, Monday, April the 8th of 2024. There are going to be some people who will decide they want to come early prior to the solar eclipse so they have a place, they're all set up, and let's say they're going to come there 7 to 10 days earlier, and they come and in the area, okay, have they been here before? Well, maybe not. Maybe they're from a different state and they've never been down here in Texas, or they are from a different country and they've never even been to the United States. Well, they want to know, to get my money's worth of my airplane ticket and my room and everything else. They want to go and look around what's in the area. What can we go see? What can we do? Uh, what is unique in your area? And so for those 7 to 10 days prior to the eclipse on Monday, there's going to be people from all over the United States, maybe, all over Texas, maybe, and from other countries that are roaming around, and you can tell them if you have something for them to see, to do, or whatever. Now, there's another group that's going to probably going to book a flight or arrive here, let's say on Friday or even Saturday before the eclipse. And then they're going to stay, of course, for the eclipse. And well, to get their money's worth, they're going to stay after the eclipse, 7 to 10 days. So here's what to realize. We are going to have people roaming around here for almost 2 weeks, 3 weeks, possibly. And it would be up to us to tell them of what's great in our area and what you can come and see, come and do, go visit, and all sorts of different things. So think what is unique and what you can plan to do to have for people uh, that they can experience and enjoy being here.
Well,
Cindy?
and I know that the cities are already starting to plan activities. I know that all the libraries and museums are already talking about how to get glasses, the special safety glasses for everyone. So I assure you guys that our community is already starting to get prepared for that time. So there should be a lot of fun things to do during that 2-week period.
Yes.
So,
Now, we have a new person in the for the planetarium, Maureen Adams. Some of you may remember her. She was principal in the Colleen School District over on the east side, and she was very much involved with NASA and would take kids and parents and all down to NASA each year for the school and the training, and they've done that. She also went, what it was 3 years, 4 years ago, when there was the total solar eclipse that went across the United States from Oregon to South Carolina. She's experienced that. So it's that. And she
well,
has
and
friends that are astronomers that she has invited to come and stay in her home with the stipulation that if you're coming and they're going to get free rent, they are going to have to give presentations and talks at the
oh,
planetarium while they are here, explaining in more detail uh, different things. So pay attention to the to what we're going to have posted about what's going to be happening here.
well, and speaking of Maureen, we have her we have an event next week with her. Next Tuesday is International Day of Human Spaceflight, and Maureen is going to be here on our library virtual events showing us some really, really cool NASA stuff.
Okay,
So we have
good.
that next Tuesday. And just while I'm here on our events webpage, I just want to remind you next Wednesday, we have Why You Should Give a Hoot About Bird Watching with the Audubon Society. And then on April 21st, an in-person author night here at the library. Come talk to the authors and get their autographs. You could buy their books. And then all of those of you who are Robert Bob Gray fans, the own Dr. Doolittle Raider on April 25th, another virtual event. And we're going to have Professor Mervyn Roberts talk about our local hero. So I figured I might as well throw in our events while we were at it.
There you go. Let them know.
Since we were talking Maureen.
Yes,
So will we put in the comments, or we will put in the comments the site, that interactive site that you shared with us. And so everybody can kind of look around and see when it's coming.
sure.
So yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, Warren, thank you so much, guys. Remember, we continue to have our night sky tours with Ryan, with Warren, and he we just get so much information about what's around us in the night sky. So check our Mayborn Science Theater LibGuide page and, check that countdown timer for the eclipse because it's getting close. When I put
Okay.
that up, I put it up months and months ago, and it's counting down pretty fast there, it
Yeah.
seems.
There you
Mhm,
go. We're a
mhm.
day closer
Yes, we are. Every day.
every day.
Every day. All righty. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. And
Yes, indeed.
if you ever have any questions or want specific answers, if Alyssa can put Warren's email, is that okay, Warren?
Sure.
All
The
right. And he
the
can go
naked
ahead
eye.
and answer it. Yes, yes. All righty. Well, thank you again, Warren. And you have an awesome day. I had to remind him he had an eclipse today.
I
He
was
was
I was
going about
ecliptic.
his life.
Yeah. All right. Thank
All
you all
right.
for coming.
All right. We'll talk to you later, Warren. Bye. And
Uh-huh.
Alyssa, you can